thinks it already knows Vietnam, a country of wars, motorbikes, and street food. But that picture hides something far more extraordinary. Every morning, millions step into a fast-moving modern economy. Every evening, they return home to traditions that have barely changed for centuries. How can one nation race toward the future without letting go of its past? To understand Vietnam, we must first understand the paradox that defines it. Before Vietnam became a nation, it was a land of extraordinary contrasts. Stretching more than 1,600 kilometers from north to south, this narrow country contains towering mountains, fertile river deltas, dense tropical forests, and one of the world's longest coastlines. Every few hundred kilometers, the landscape changes, and with it, the way people live. In the north, steep mountains isolated villages for centuries, preserving unique cultures and traditions. In the center, rugged mountains meet the sea, leaving only narrow strips of land where generations learned to survive between storms and stone. Farther south, the Mekong Delta transformed water into life, creating floating markets, fertile rice fields, and communities that move with the rhythm of the rivers. For thousands of years, nature demanded adaptation instead of comfort. The Vietnamese people did not shape this land. This land shaped them, teaching resilience, flexibility, and the ability to thrive wherever life placed them. The land taught the Vietnamese how to survive. But survival alone could never explain who they became. To understand that, we must look beyond the mountains and rivers into a history that refused to disappear. If Vietnam's geography shaped its people, history tested them. For more than 1,000 years, much of northern Vietnam was ruled by successive Chinese dynasties. Foreign systems of government, writing, philosophy, and culture were introduced, leaving an influence that can still be seen today. Yet beneath those changes, something endured. Village life remained the heart of society. Families continued to honor their ancestors. Local traditions survived, even as empires rose and fell around them. Later came French colonial rule, bringing railways, churches, new architecture, and a different vision of modern life. Then the 20th century brought decades of conflict that placed Vietnam at the center of global history. Many countries emerged from history by replacing the old with the new. Vietnam chose a different path. Instead of erasing each chapter, it carried them all. That is why a Confucian temple can stand beside a French boulevard, while a modern skyline rises only minutes away. Vietnam is not a country built from one era. It is a country where every era is still alive. History explains where Vietnam came from, but it still doesn't explain what visitors notice first. Why does every street feel so alive? Why does life seem to happen outside instead of behind closed doors? The answer lies in the rhythm of everyday Vietnam. If this documentary is changing the way you see Vietnam, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to Hidden Worlds. And tell us in the comments, what surprised you most about Vietnam so far? To many visitors, Vietnam feels busy. To the Vietnamese, it simply feels alive. Long before shopping malls and office towers appeared, daily life happened in the streets. Markets were not just places to buy food. They were where neighbors exchanged news, friendships were built, and entire communities stayed connected. That rhythm still survives today. Before sunrise, street vendors are already preparing breakfast. Tiny plastic stools fill the sidewalks. Mechanics repair motorbikes in open garages. Barbers cut hair beneath the shade of old trees. Fresh vegetables, flowers, and seafood arrive from farms and fishing villages before most cities have fully awakened. Even the famous sea of motorbikes follows its own quiet order. What looks like chaos is often an unspoken system built on awareness, patience, and experience. For millions of Vietnamese, the street is more than a road. It is an extension of the home. It is where people work, eat, celebrate, and meet each other every single day. Perhaps that is why Vietnam rarely feels anonymous. Even in its largest cities, life is still deeply human. The streets reveal how Vietnamese people live, but they don't reveal what holds society together. Behind every meal, every celebration, and every family gathering lies a tradition that has survived for centuries. To understand Vietnam, you don't begin in a museum. You begin at the family table. In many Vietnamese homes, 3 or even 4 generations still share the same roof. Grandparents help raise grandchildren. Parents care for their children, knowing that one day those children will care for them in return. This is more than tradition. It is a way of understanding life itself. At the center of many homes stands a small ancestor altar. Every offering of incense is a reminder that family does not end with those who are living. The past remains part of the present, guiding decisions, celebrations, and even everyday routines. These values become most visible during Tet, the Vietnamese Lunar New Year. Millions of people leave the country's biggest cities and travel hundreds of kilometers to return home. For a few precious days, success is measured not by money or status, but by simply being together. In a rapidly changing world, Vietnam has modernized at remarkable speed, yet its strongest foundation has never been technology. It has always been family. Family has helped Vietnam preserve its identity for centuries. But as cities grow taller and life moves faster, a difficult question is beginning to emerge. Can these traditions survive the future? If you're enjoying discovering the real Vietnam beyond the stereotypes, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Hidden Worlds. And we'd love to know, which part of Vietnamese culture would you most like to experience yourself? For decades, Vietnam has been one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. Skylines continue to rise. New highways connect once isolated regions. Technology, manufacturing, and tourism have transformed millions of lives. But every transformation comes with a question: what is left behind? Across the country, ancient villages are giving way to expanding cities. Traditional crafts struggle to compete with mass production. Young people leave their hometowns in search of new opportunities, while many rural communities grow quieter with each passing year. Nature faces its own challenges. The Mekong Delta, one of the world's most productive agricultural regions, is increasingly threatened by rising seas, saltwater intrusion, and changing river flows. Along the coast, storms grow stronger, while rapidly growing cities face mounting environmental pressure. Yet Vietnam has faced uncertainty before. Its history has never been one of standing still. Again and again, the country has found ways to adapt without completely losing its identity. The next chapter may become its greatest challenge yet. Vietnam stands between two worlds, one shaped by thousands of years of tradition, the other by a future arriving faster than ever before. So what kind of country will Vietnam become in the decades ahead? The answer may already be taking shape. Every nation leaves behind a story. Vietnam is one of the few where that story is still being written, every single day. At the beginning of this journey, we asked a simple question. How can one country live in two different centuries at the same time? The answer was never found in a single city, a famous landmark, or a chapter of history. It was found in the people, in a nation where ancient temples stand beside glass skyscrapers, where children learn cutting-edge technology, yet still bow before their ancestors, where centuries-old traditions continue to shape everyday decisions in one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. Vietnam has never been a country trapped by its past, nor has it abandoned that past in the pursuit of progress. Instead, it has chosen something far more difficult: to carry both forward together. Perhaps that is why Vietnam continues to surprise those who visit with an open mind. Not because it is frozen in time, but because it proves that a country can embrace the future without forgetting where it came from. And maybe that is Vietnam's greatest lesson. Progress is strongest when it grows from identity, not in place of it. The story of Vietnam is far from over. In many ways, it is only just beginning. The world may know Vietnam for its wars. Travelers may remember it for its breathtaking landscapes. But those who truly understand Vietnam discover something far more meaningful. A nation that has learned to move forward without leaving its soul behind. And perhaps that is the hidden world of Vietnam. If you enjoyed discovering the hidden side of Vietnam, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for hidden worlds. Every country has a story beyond the postcards. Join us as we uncover the places, people, and cultures the world rarely sees. Until next time, keep exploring the hidden worlds.